How we doing, folks? Andre Pillow, player development professional here at BLYTHEFIELD Country Club and founder of DNA Golf Instruction. We're outside. So happy to be outside here at BLYTHEFIELD, and I wanted to start talking about ways we can make improvements. It's not the best weather, but it is good enough for us to start the conversation of ways to make improvement. And I always recommend starting here. All of us want to get out. We're eager to get out in the spring, especially us people in the Midwest, and we want to grab that club and start banging balls. But we all know that we drive for show and we what? We putt for dough. So let's get some practice on the putting green, that area that's free at most golf courses across America, in the place where we can really make improvements. We have our golf hole, and obviously when we're on the putting green, if we start trying to make putts close to the hole, starting with 2-3 foot putts, and then gradually working our way out with several drills, that's obviously the best way to do it. But I want to talk about something I learned from Paul Azinger, one of my favorite golfers to watch growing up. And he talked about how it was easier to aim at something that's above ground than aiming at something that's a hole. And it's ironic that now we're able to leave the flag in when we are on the putting green. And I think that a lot of the players on tour are taking advantage of that. So he would talk about coming out before tournament play and not even worrying about the actual hole. And he would put 2 golf balls out, and he would put them a foot to a couple of feet out, and he would just practice putting into the other golf ball as the target, okay? And we know a golf ball is smaller than a hole, and once again, it's something that's above ground, and we can actually see ourselves hitting it. So it may give ourselves a better mental picture in relation to direction and aim. So you would start, and I'm using my new ODYSSEY putter here with the triple track technology, and I have the golf balls here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But sit here and I take a putt, and I'm just focusing on keeping my stroke and hitting a couple of putts into the other golf ball, and it's giving my mind something above ground to aim at, and it's also a smaller target, so hitting a couple putts that way will help us to start, especially with the short putts. Okay, now you'll maybe I'll see this. I have a little styrofoam cup here, and for those 10-foot putts, using something a little bit larger in size, but once again, the base of it is smaller than a hole. So here, we're still hoping to hit the cup and keep most putts in close proximity if we don't. So let's hit a couple putts here. Perfect, we hit that one. Let's try it one more time here. That probably would have hit it too, hit the ball in front of it. Okay, so once again, that visual of having something above ground helps us out quite a bit with our distance and our aim when we're trying to build in the spring and get ready for the main season there. Okay, now I have my secondary camera up over here, and I really like this. I have a trash can, a large trash bin out quite a distance away, and it's large. It has to be at least 2.5, 3 feet, in circumference there. But for lag putts, it's great because we know we're not necessarily trying to make that many putts, but we know from this distance, if we can hit that trash can and keep our putts around it, we know that we're having pretty good distance control, and we should be able to make that 2 or 3 foot putt that's remaining. Okay, so we'll focus on the secondary camera here. I'm going to move my cup out of the way a little bit here, and we'll grab these balls back, place them back here, and once again, the goal here isn't necessarily to make these putts, but I know if I can hit this trash can, or at least keep my golf ball fairly close to it, that my speed is fairly good, and my understanding of the putt distance is pretty good there. So I felt like I hit that a little firm, a little left of my target, and sure enough, blasted it by. That was not a good speed putt. Okay, don't mind showing you guys mistakes because we all make them. The thing is to adjust when we make mistakes, and then we're learning and we're improving and we're finding our DNA once again. So I'm going to make an adjustment, not take as big of a stroke here. A little better speed on that one. and a lot closer to our target, a couple of feet away there. Okay, so now we're going to make another adjustment. That felt pretty darn good, and hopefully we hit it. Ooh, real close there. Okay, but we're making improvements, and having that target, that visual above ground, no different than the person on tour, the LPGA Tour, the PGA Tour, that's leaving the flag in. Before, we used to have someone, attend the flag, and it gave us that visual, and it helped us with our distance control. So that's something to think about when we come out. Don't necessarily spend all of your time aiming at a hole. Nothing wrong with that. Once again, thinking about close proximity, getting used to making some putts and then working your way out. But don't be afraid to practice just hitting another golf ball, or to put out a cup and practice hitting that. Another thing that we can do indoors. We talked about that when we were inside, a good way to practice while we were indoors in the winter months here in the Midwest. Okay, so that's a little way to get some improvement early on in the season as we prepare for spring, and hopefully we're ready to play our best golf as the summer weather rolls around. All right, so look for more videos. Once again, I appreciate you watching. Any questions, please reach out to me, inbox me, and hopefully I can help you out. Okay, enjoy your spring golf, and we'll be seeing you soon.